Somalia is home to the Laas Geel complex, which contains cave paintings that are believed to be over 5,000 to 7,000 years old in the making. Some of the oldest on the continent actually. The country is nearly 100% Muslim and has many, many beautiful mosques. Some of the mosques are as old as 1,200 years. Somalia and Madagascar have a very, very special bond. Stick around to find out what it is. Somali bin Mahmadu. Somalis don't say a false proverb. So let's get started. Proverb number 1 from Somalia says, a sweet hand is better than a sweet mouth. This Somali mahma means that a generous person is better than a person who makes a lot of promises. Sweet mouth, obviously promising, I'll build you a house, I'll buy you a car, I'll sort your problems. Sweet mouth. But you know what? A generous person, sweet hand, who goes in their pocket, not just their pocket, goes in their heart, does things for you, acts, has an act of service than just promising, is better than a person who makes a lot of false promises. That is the meaning of that proverb. It brings us to our second proverb from Somali, which says, a man's chest cannot hold two things together. The meaning is that according to Somalian culture, the chest holds a person's intellect. And so the Somali proverb means that it is impossible to think about two different things at the same time. I know we talk about multitasking, but it's impossible to multitask. You have to do one task, stop before you start another one, or finish it before you start. It's impossible to do two things or to think about two things at the same time. You'll have to think about one, stop, and then think about the next one. This is the meaning of this proverb. For example, assuming you have some negative thoughts about something, it's impossible to then start thinking positively about it. But what you can do is stop the negative thought and then focus on the positive and then think the positive. But you can't be positive and negative at the same time. That is the meaning of that proverb. And it brings us to our third proverb from Somalia, my favorite proverb from Somalia. And it says, the worst man is he who never sues, never consults, and never economizes. What does this mean? It means that the person has no social value, for he cannot consult his mind, he cannot manage his own assets wisely, and he cannot help himself. In a nutshell, this proverb is teaching us to be, number one, you need to be self-reliant, you need to be productive, and also, what? You need to be self-reliant, you need to be productive, and you also need to contribute. And it brings us to proverb number 4 from Somalia. And it says, it is better to have an aching leg than an aching spirit. It's better to do something despite your tiredness than later regretting for not doing it. So, for example, you intend to maybe harvest some cassava, maize, sweet potato for your family, okay? But you're there dilly-dallying and thinking, oh, God, yeah, I'll do it later. No, no, no. Remember the Somalian proverb, you're better off having an aching leg, in other words, despite your tiredness, having harvested, right, than having an aching spirit. In other words, you didn't harvest your crop, the rain then came and destroyed the crop, and then your family has nothing to eat. What happens there? Then you're later regretting not having done what you wanted to do. So you're better off doing something despite your tiredness than later regretting it. Have that aching leg than have it's better for you to have that aching leg than you having an aching spirit, the aching spirit being the regret. And it brings us to our last proverb from Somalia, which is proverb number 5. And it says, a snake bite received at the age of 6 kills you at the age of 60. It means that evil will linger for a long time. Yeah? It bites, it grips onto you, and it festers and lingers for a long time. Inevitably, it kills you at the age of 60. So what I'm saying is, right, the snake bite needs to be treated immediately so that it doesn't linger and then kill you after it has festered. Do something about it. Deal with the problem there and then. Otherwise, if you leave it, it festers and it will eventually kill you. Anyway, as promised, here is a fun fact that connects Somalia and Madagascar. Madagascar got its name from Mogadishu, the capital city of Somalia. Did you know that? Legend has it that the Venetian merchant Marco Polo mistakenly confused Madagascar with Mogadishu. He arrived in Madagascar and he thought he had arrived in Mogadishu. And then he misspelt it. What a coincidence. But what happened? It led to Madagascar being Madagascar as we know it today. The absence of knowledge is the absence of light. Trust me, there is no light in the absence of knowledge. So if you like this video, you are going to love this one right here. This one, you are going to love it.